Woke up with the window open, sun on my floorboards, mind wide open. I left the doubt by the door, or didn't need it anymore. Pulled on my shoes, hit the pavement.
Say hi, Tara.
Magnificent.
From the corner store, said, come on down, there's room for more. We danced in the kitchen light, laughing loud.
A Friday night. Hi, everybody. Ding, ding, ding. I'm live. No notice. Hello, Susie. Good timing, girl. First one in the door. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. Come on, everybody. We're going to jump down a rabbit hole today. I just found something, a channel that I've not watched at all, and we're going to start watching it. Hi, hello, TBM. Welcome. Come on in, everybody. Okay, Susie. Sounds good. Sounds good. Come on in, everyone. Hit the thumbs up button for me, please, as you're coming in the door. Hello, Snowfeather. Hello, Veronica. Good to see you both. Long time no see. How's it going? Hi, Krista. Good to see you, honey. No notice. I know it was no notice. I was sitting there watching TV and I'm like, okay, I'm going live. I found something for us to watch and I'm like, okay, let's go. There's a lot to cover here. Come on in. How's it going? Hit the thumbs up button for me. Hit the button. Hit the button. You had a hard time catching me. Well, I'm glad you caught me, Veronica. It's been a long time since I've seen your name. I hope you're doing well. Come on in. Put your headphones in. We're going to dive right into it. We're covering some Summer Wells stuff today. I don't even know where to start here. Don't even know where to start. Let me look. We are going to go over some videos that Killer Looks has done. I've never really watched his channel before. And wow, he's got a lot of stuff. So if you're watching Killer Looks, thank you so much for all of your hard work. And your editing is kick-ass. So this is going to be fair use commentary. Everybody, please go and subscribe to Killer Looks. Give him some love. Here is his link. Go and show him some love. Hi, Crimson. Hi, Renee. Good to see you both. Hi, Garden. Hello, Linda. How's it going? So we're going to watch Killer Looks stuff. He's got a lot of stuff here. Not sure where to start. Give me a sec. I'm tempted I might start with current and then one sec, guys, as I figure this out. Maybe I'll just start at the beginning. He's done a lot of videos here. Really good content. Andrew. What did he snap back? Okay, Andrew, and then more Andrew Hiltz. Okay, I don't even know where to start. Give me a sec here. What is his most popular video? All clues in Summerwell's case connect to point here. Okay, we'll try it. We'll start with that one first. So come on in, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Hello, Terry. Hit the thumbs up. Yes, this is going to be about Summer, Linda. We're going to watch some of Killer Look's videos. He looks like he's done a lot of work on his channel. And so go show him some love, please. Hi, Sharp. Good to see you. Show him some love. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to start by looking at his most popular video. And this is from a year ago. It's called All Clues in the Summer Wells Case Connect and Point Here. How did we not see this before? Okay, everybody ready? Yeah, he's had a channel. He's been covering, I don't know, he's been covering Summer for, I'm guessing, 3 years now, I would say. Okay, let's have a look.
I guarantee you, when this is solved, and it's going to be solved, this isn't going to be a stranger. This is going to be somebody you know, somebody you've crossed paths with somewhere, somehow, in my opinion. It's just a matter of you're going to find it out when they're caught, or you're going to find it out because you go back through and do an inventory and figure out everything you can possibly figure out and lead us to who they are.
You know, I never thought about that until just now. The day that we were over there helping Jody move her stuff out, her mom showed up, and she goes, "It's pretty odd that truck ain't been found yet." Why would she say that?
Why wouldn't she say that?
Because she owns a red truck, baby, and at one time it did have a ladder rack on it. That's why I said that.
Well, maybe that's the truck they've seen.
Damn, Killer. It's so good.
Okay, so everybody, before we dive deep in here, grab yourselves a cup of tea or whatever. Sit down, get comfortable. We're going to be watching this for a while. And it's going to be deep. Okay. Deep. There will be trigger warnings in some of this content, I'm sure. So go get a cup of tea. I think I might actually make a cup of tea in a second too. Cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever you do. Come on in, hit the thumbs up button for me, please.
This is Summer Wells. The 5-year-old lived at this house in Rogersville, Tennessee, a tight-knit community of less than 5,000 people. On June 15th, 2021, her parents said,
you know, it's crazy. I've covered Summer's case so much over the last 5 years. I'm sure all of you watching are the same as me. We all feel like we have this special connection to this little girl we never met. But just then hearing her squeal with happiness, makes me want to cry, like flat out.
Summer was helping people in Rogersville, Tennessee, a tight-knit community of less than 5,000 people. On June 15th, 2021, her parents say Summer was helping plant flowers with her mom and grandmother.
She wanted to go.
Parents, 5,000.
Okay, as we go, I'm going to point things out to you as we go that, let me see here. I will point out little tidbits here and there that I got in my readings over the years. Okay? So
At this
right
house
here,
in Rogersville, Tennessee, a tight-knit community.
right here, this truck is still there. See this blue truck? Hello, it's a blue fucking truck. It's right here. I've been screaming this since day one. This truck, hello, it's right here. Okay.
Community of less than 5,000 people. On June 15th, 2021, her parents say Summer was helping plant flowers with her mom and grandmother.
And she wanted to go into the house. My wife watched her go into the door, and she went into the house, and the boys were on the internet, of course. She wanted to go downstairs.
See, and there's certain things. Okay, so this is one of the first statements that made my, I don't know, I guess as being a parent, that statement immediately struck me, where he said the boys were on the internet, of course. Okay, that shows a little bit of an issue there. Obviously, there's an issue with the boys being on the internet. Pay attention to the little subtleties that go along the way. So yeah, hi TJ.
There's the play with her boys.
I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight.
2 years after her parents, Don and Candace Wells, gave those accounts, that's still all we know about the last time Summer was seen. Almost immediately, Summer's parents became the center of a police investigation.
Summer's parents, Candace and Dawn, had something to do with this, or have you ruled that out?
We haven't ruled anything out. Everything's possible.
Don Wells pleaded guilty to driving under the influence. Candace also filed an order of protection against him, but asked for it to be dismissed. He now faces criminal charges.
The order, see, this is where the news, you can tell the news is, it's funny. The order of protection was filed before that, before he got the DUI. The order of protection was filed, I think, like the year, September, October in 2020, before Summer went missing.
In 3 states, including a domestic assault arrest in 2020. 2 years later, investigators have not charged either Don or his wife in connection to Summer's disappearance.
Everybody makes mistakes, and we all have to learn and go on. We're doing better. It's still very rough for my wife.
Oh, I'm being interrogated again, and I don't want to do this anymore. Yes, I am.
We'll stop. I want you to feel comfortable.
Since Summer's disappearance, Don says their life has been consumed by harassment from people online who believe they're responsible for whatever happened to Summer.
Before you know it, you're getting a mob going. My wife could go to the store and somebody would scream at her, baby killer.
He sent us videos from one of his job sites where some people were demanding.
See, there's actions that's happened over the years with YouTubers and stuff, and some of it has just really pissed me off. Like this whole thing that these people did, the protest outside Don's job, absolutely terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. They got him fired from his job, and it's just ridiculous.
To speak with them about the case.
We're gonna follow you. We're gonna wait here all day.
Don says it's gotten so bad he had to leave the state. As for Summer's case, Don says they have private investigators working with police. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is still working alongside the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Both agencies declined to give us an interview. Don says he hasn't learned anything new from police, but has always said he believes Summer was abducted. In the past, the sheriff said there's no evidence that happened.
Nothing pointing to abduction, nothing pointing to foul play, other than her walking outside the house and not being found.
There was also a key tip from a neighbor in 2021. A woman and her teen children told police they heard a scream about an hour before Summer went missing.
I wish every day that when I heard that scream, I hadn't tried to dismiss it.
But the sheriff said after multiple interviews, that tip led nowhere. One clue they're still looking for is a pickup truck seen in the area around the time Summer vanished. It's described as a red or maroon Toyota truck with ladders on the back.
TBI officials say in the process of speaking with neighbors.
Everybody went crazy over this red truck, trying to find this red truck for months and months and months and months. People were just all over the internet trying to find this red truck.
about the night Summer disappeared.
In the process of speaking with neighbors about the night Summer disappeared.
Officials are looking for the driver of a Toyota pickup truck who was seen in the Beach Creek community either Monday or Tuesday of last week. The pickup is possibly a 1998 to 2000 maroon or red Toyota Tacoma with a full bed ladder rack along the white buckets in the truck bed. They're looking.
What, babe? Okay, sorry.
To speak with the driver and want to stress that they are not a suspect but can be a potential witness.
I keep being asked if I'm the one that reported the truck, the red truck, right? And I'm not. I didn't. I'm not the one that came from. If whispers and rumors are to be believed, I kind of know who did.
Did you ever see the red truck?
I seen a red truck, but I didn't see the red truck down there.
In the evening times, I would usually walk down to meet Voldemort after he gotten off work. So I was standing there at a certain time, usually every day, and there was a truck that kept coming in and out. This truck and the person in it kind of stuck with me. I did report that I was like, well, wait. I was like, there was this truck that was coming in at the same time almost every day. The guy was being a little weird, but I thought it was traffic for something else, and it didn't really, I don't know, for some reason the guy stuck with me. I mean, we were just...
I thought it was traffic for something else. What does she mean by that? Drugs? Hi, Susan. Yeah, I can imagine.
Just inches apart most days. He passed me as I was standing at the very tip of the driveway. But for some reason his face stuck with me. And that's something...
Most
inches apart most days. He passed me as I was standing at the very tip of the driveway. But for some reason his face stuck with me. And that's something strange to his face.
Okay, so most days okay, so you saw him more than once then. Okay.
So I did report it after I'd reported the truck, and it did have ladder racks on it, but no ladders. The ladder racks were black, as I recall, but I did notice that after everything had happened and Summer had vanished, I didn't see this truck any longer. I've not seen the guy since.
Jody did describe this red Toyota pickup truck. I'm sure you've heard about it. And she kept talking about this man that she saw driving it. She described him pretty detailed. I offered at that time to do a sketch for free. I always do all my forensic work.
Huh. Wow, really? I didn't know about this. She offered to do a sketch. Wow.
Jody described this red Toyota pickup truck. I'm sure you've heard about it. And she kept talking about this man that she saw driving it. She described him pretty detailed. I offered at that time to do a sketch for free. I always do all my forensic work.
Look at that.
to me like I'm some kind of suspicious character. Yeah.
He's done such a good job of this. Like, he's done such a good job of this. Hi, Holly. Good evening, hun. Okay, this is from Killer Looks. This is from Killer Looks channel. Please go and show him some love. Subscribe, give him a like. Hi, Donna.
I do this. I work with families. I work with law enforcement. I work with the U.S. Marshals.
Okay, so those of you that don't know, this is Andy Bernard. This is the neighbor that was right across the street from Don and Candace Wells' house. Okay. This is Jody Sue's ex.
So finally, I told her, look, contact just Detective Pruitt, give him my phone number. I will drive there to check to see what's your do this for you free of charge. She never answered me. My question to you is, did she ever talk to you about a suspect in a red Toyota pickup truck, or describe it, or say he was suspicious, or is this just another one of those things to the imagination?
I don't remember her telling me about a red Toyota truck.
At one point, Voldemort had told me to.
Okay, and Voldemort is the nickname Jody gave for Andy, her ex. Okay, for those that don't know.
To pass along information of where he thought that truck stayed, things like that. And I honestly can't say that he was right, but we passed that on as well. Still never heard anything. And I really don't know that Voldemort was right on the park, honestly.
I found a red Toyota truck with ladder racks on it, but
I gotcha.
I do know that I was seeing a red truck. It wasn't bright red. He was coming and going from Ben Hill at a certain time of day. I still don't know who he is. I know that it seemed like that ladder rack was coming and going off of the truck. I can still see the guy's face, and I can still picture the truck and how high it was, and him looking at me and just, I don't know, but long story short, I was not the one that reported the truck. And I'll be, so.
I don't know who reported the truck. I don't know if does anybody know who actually reported the truck? I really don't know.
Either way, but yeah, I don't. It wasn't me who reported the red truck. So there you go.
Well, she had just, like last fall, she really described, she said she saw the guy's tattoos, she saw his hair color, his darker complexion, she saw him driving it, she saw him step. Or is this something she's thinking of? That she didn't talk to you in detail about that then?
no. I don't know. I was thinking that the Toyota truck came out after the fact, a couple days in, and somebody had seen it or something like that.
Right. But Jody never spoke to you about seeing this man or driving the truck.
That truck?
That you can remember. And I understand about those memories, and part of that might not be your ADD or ADHD.
Wow.
And I understand that you can remember. And I understand about those memories, and part of that might not be your ADD or ADHD, because I have those.
Well, it's probably why I blocked shit out that I don't want to remember.
And like Andy, he was in here that day.
I want to talk to him. Can you?
And he swears that then he's at work. He ain't.
So
because he's in here at 3 o'clock.
So does.
Every time I look at this fucking video here, this looks like a bone right here. That looks like a bone. I've been saying this since day one. That looks like a spine bone right there. That looks like a hip bone. Hip socket down. Does that look like the bones in a spine? It's probably just a rock, but every time I see this, it just gets me.
I had to pull over and let him by.
Crazy. I can't get past it. Clearly, I see a spinal cord right here and vertebrae, spine bones. Do you guys see it too? Please tell me you see it. Right there. Vertebrae, spine, spinal cord going all the way down. Bone, bone, bone. Hip, ball, socket, bone.
Yeah. Day Toyota truck. That's Jody's mom's.
You guys think she had a
See, I know. See, that's why they don't like me.
The Wells family lives across the street from a neighboring property. The night Summer went missing, the neighbor swears that she and
Okay, well, I'm glad that you all see it too, because I've never said a word to anyone about that. I've been noticing it since the very first day that video was done. Okay, I'm glad you guys see it also. That's in the driveway at 207 Ben Hill Road.
her 2 children heard a scream. She and her family next heard a truck door slamming.
It's really strange that I've never seen this truck, and I've never heard of it until just recently. But I wish they would come forward and explain themselves. And if you're not a suspect, at least come forward and say what you've seen.
TBI has been looking for a maroon or red Toyota Tacoma truck. They say the person driving it may have been a witness in Summer's disappearance.
You keep complicating this shit by saying that it's a witness. I've never seen a damn witness run away from the police.
Yeah.
Unless they got some shit to hide.
Yep.
What about the truck with the ladder racks? I gave pictures of it to the FBI or TBI or Hawkins County 1. A couple people, including Lupus, had a picture of it with the tag number.
Other thing I want to mention to you guys too while we're all watching. Hi, Rachel. Hi, babe. Hi, Teresa. Hi, honey. Pay attention to the yawning. I've noticed this a lot since Summer's case started. Hunter is the very first one that actually drew my attention to it. When Hunter was sitting down and doing his interview with Chris McDonough, he was like nonstop yawning and yawning. Chris would answer a question, ask him a question, and he would start to answer it and then yawn. And I've noticed other people do it too. They yawn when they're doing like he just did it. Just try to start noticing that. And everything, like say if you're watching a case on court TV, watch to see if they yawn in the middle of their sentence.
So, I gave pictures of it to the FBI or TBI or Hawkins County 1. A couple people, including Lupus, had a picture of it with the tag number. So,
who's Lupus?
Of it with the tag number. A couple people, including Lupus, had a picture of it with the tag number. So,
we do know that last year you guys pushed out some information about the red truck. I know that this is on here, but just so we can talk about it with you guys. Is that still something you're looking for? Do you still want people to submit tips, or is that over and we're just not looking for that stuff anymore?
I'm going to call on TBI Special Agent in charge, Derek Newport, just to talk about that and where that stands.
I will tell you yes, just to eliminate. We still don't have a good timeline on when that was observed. People in frequent areas on a regular basis can get days mixed up. We still want to figure out who, if possible, and if that's even a legitimate
He said it right there. Their dates and get their dates and days mixed up.
lead. If days mixed up on a regular basis, their date can get days mixed up. We still want to figure out who, if possible, and if that's even a legitimate lead.
We still don't have a good.
Hi, Sandy Grant. Good to see you. Everybody, please take 2 seconds and hit the thumbs up button for me. Yeah, because it does. Yeah. And it's also, I believe it's because they don't want to tell the truth. Like that, they're yawning in, like it's either they don't want to tell the truth or it's a stressful moment, you know?
Timeline of when that was observed. People in frequent areas on a regular basis get their date can get days mixed up.
I wasn't on the road on the 15th. I was on the road on the 14th and the 16th.
So you're saying the date is wrong on the SD cards? So now
The Thompsons turned in their SD card and the date is wrong. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. Thompson is one of the people in the neighborhood. I think they're on the corner of Ben Hill and Beach Creek, I think.
now you're saying that the date's wrong on it. Is that what you're saying? The date is wrong on the SD cards? Or you're saying the date was wrong on the recording?
He's always one of these phones, devices, cards, laptops, cameras, pictures, all the things for all the decades of proof he knows to have his abuse, not to count.
See, the thing is, okay, here Jody C is talking about all these devices and stuff, right? My readings, I was getting somebody was frantically trying to delete and hide all of these devices in my readings. Like I was getting frantic chaos and people frantically trying to purge their hard drives, hide their phones, all that stuff. That's interesting she said that.
In order to do that, he either had to steal, which he did try to do. He tried to do is not to count. In order to do that, he either had to steal, which he did try to do.
He's always one of these phones, devices, cards, laptops, cameras, pictures, all the things for all the decades of proof he knows to have his abuse, not to count. In order to do that, he either had to steal, which he did try to do.
And then, of course, somebody said they spotted a truck parked here somewhere. We don't know. I didn't see it. That's just what somebody said. But
how exactly did the red truck come into the picture?
When I was leaving for work that morning, there was a guy at the bottom of my driveway wanting me to pull start his four-wheeler. And then the police showed up and he asked if I could go ahead and pull it over to his truck. So, and the policeman said, yeah, Mr. Wells just pulled over there, and so I did. And when we got there, I seen the truck on the bank of the ditch there, high centered, and I asked the officers, "Can I take some pictures?" He said, "No problem, Mr. Wells, go ahead." And he started asking.
And that was like, if I remember right, that was like, I'm guessing maybe a week after Summer went missing, roughly. A truck basically smashed, went off the road right at the end of Dawn and Candace's driveway. About a week later.
Asking him for paperwork, and when I went to the side of the truck to take a picture of some woman stuck her head out, there was a woman in that truck, and she looked like she ain't combed her hair for like 2 months. I don't know, but she just laid back down in there and covered up. But that kind of stuff is constant in our area, and all kind of stuff going on. I think meth is becoming what it always has been, but it's getting worse. I guess it's a serious problem. I guess it is everywhere. But.
Okay, and we all know where the meth was coming from.
But yeah,
And that was the morning?
well, sir, I didn't.
Sorry, that was that morning you left for work that happened with the four-wheeler and that?
Yes, yes.
So I don't know if they're not speaking clearly here, but it wasn't June 15th. It was like a week later.
So the police were there June 15th, early in the morning then?
Yeah.
No. See, this is fucked up. No is no. Okay, those of you that have been with Summer's case all this time, no. That truck that smashed up at the end of Dawn's driveway was like a week later. It wasn't June 15th. It wasn't that morning. It was further down like a week or two later. Oh, that's interesting. Huh, did we just catch him trying to like change a timeline or something here? It sounds like it.
June 15th. So the police were there June 15th, early in the morning then?
Yeah. Yeah, they just showed up because somebody else had called the law.
No, they wasn't no vehicles stuck that I know of.
Right. Okay, well, there we go. He's definitely caught on a lie there. Yeah, I'll rewind it. Sure.
Sorry, that was.
Well, sir, I
was the morning?
Well, sir, I didn't.
Sorry, that was that morning you left for work that happened with the four-wheeler and that?
Yes, yes.
So the police were there June 15th, early in the morning then?
Yeah. Yeah, they just showed up because somebody else had called the law.
No.
Wow. Can you notice you heard somebody? I heard somebody else in the background say correct.
Yeah, they just showed up because somebody else. Yeah. Yeah, they just.
In the morning then?
Yeah. Yeah, they just showed up because somebody else had called the law.
No.
Wow, he's flat out lying there. It was not June 15th. Flat out. So he's trying to change the timeline, actively lying right there on video. Come on, Hawkins County, come on, do your job.
They wasn't no vehicles stuck that I know of. The red truck off in the ditch, that was somewhere else. That was up through the gap in the mountain.
There was an opening she could cut at least across to almost Bell. Like there's that opening, that property goes almost to Bell. You just have to cross a little section of forest, and then you're on Bell Road.
See, what you do is you actually jump two roads when you come the back way through to right there. You jump from Ben Hill, you jump either across Bell or Field.
Yeah.
And then you come back into the woods behind, and then you go on down to here.
Right. But getting to Bell or Fields is a mile, maybe, if that. It's not even. It's just close.
Half a mile, 3/4 of a mile off if you go through the woods from Ben Hill to Fields.
That's what I thought.
That's the way I used to go when I'd go to my cousin's house. If I was walking, I would go up behind Gorley's house, split the gap, and come out. Actually, I'll show you where I
But the only reason she would do that is because, like we were talking about earlier, she wouldn't have gone off on her own for no reason. But if she's running from someone, then maybe.
6 to 10 minutes walking time. The other thing I want to reiterate here, I've been saying this all these years too. People don't seem to understand at how quickly children can walk and run. Young children, they can do Mach 9. People seem to forget that. Hi, Jin. Hi, Jin. Hi, Jin. Okay, let's keep going. So anyways, Killer Looks, this is on his channel. He's done such a good job on all his videos. His editing is fantastic. So he's mapped out all these spots here. Let me see if I can... Qualities, only 480, okay. Okay.
She was terrified, right? She could have taken...
Okay, so apparently there was a scent. Okay, the Will's house is here. There was a scent here. There was a scent over there. And a footprint over here. I've always believed that Summer and those boys were all over the place down there. I imagine they were, I've always imagined that they had free run and they were always all over the place because the parents were intoxicated most of the time, in my opinion. So there's a scent that just doesn't make sense. There's a scent here, a scent there, a scent over there. And footprint, I think that's what this means. I think this is where one of the footprints was. I believe those kids had free reign of the area for a long time. No supervision. Exactly.
off and ended up in the middle of there.
Where did they say? I've heard two stories on the footprints. Somebody said they was up towards Fred's. Somebody said they was down this way.
One up towards Fred. One on the property that I'm talking about that goes to that big clearing. We can go on Ben Hill if you want to, and I can show you where they are.
Okay,
and then Bell Road, there's a property on the top of the hill on Bell Road, and that's where another footprint.
Okay, 1 sec. So there was a scent right in the middle of the field at the bottom of 165. Oh shit, I didn't know that. So there was a scent tracked at this area
Bell
across,
Road.
Across from 165. Oh my god. I didn't know that. That matches my ratings. I wish people would fucking listen to me.
Property on the top of a hill on Bell Road, and that's where another footprint was around there.
That's my cousin.
Wow.
Your cousin? Do you know him? Like, would he freak out if you showed up?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't get along? Okay. You know, have you done Bell all the way to where there's like a turnoff point? Launch your drone up there. You could go above Gorley's. That would be a nice view of all the area that she could have possibly.
Yeah, that'd been because all that shit where they're saying the feet prints are behind Gorley's. That connects right on the back side of Bell Road.
Okay. That's the
you walk
that's a concentration of her prints.
Have you seen Gorley's house? How it sets his property? Okay, so if you're at the gate when you go in the Hollar, just look at the gate. You'll see a house way back there. If you go straight back that Hollar behind that house, it brings you through the woods to the back
that's
side
Dolly.
of Bell Road down there.
I thought they blocked it off. I tried to get
You can't drive through there.
Oh yeah, I tried
You
to get
gotta
through there
walk.
one time.
I had a dream. There was thousands, 100,000, a million of us standing at that gate. I don't know why. We were just standing at the gate, strong, all lined up, standing at that gate.
So that's speaking right now. That's Killer Looks, okay? The creator that's made this video, okay?
Andy, why was you here on the 15th? You hadn't been here in years.
From the other side of that gate.
At that point in time, you all was thinking that she was lost. Everybody.
I really honestly didn't know, because years and years that I've lived down there, and years that I've run those roads and that Hollar and back through them cuts to my cousin's houses, and everything like that.
But I've run those roads and that Hollar and back through them cuts to my cousin's houses and everything like that.
Ain't nobody ever messed with us.
Fred and Andy
It's
are
been
cousins.
girls, boys.
By the way, Fred and Andy are cousins. And yes, that was Dolly. Yeah. And the place I was showing you, it was in the field directly like in front of 165 Fred's mom's place. Well, it was technically Fred's dad's place.
Boys 5 to, well, now. So.
A search group put on by the Wells family private investigators had eyes on the ground and in the air today in the Beach Creek community almost a year later searching for Summer Wells. And today we hear from them for the first time. Almost a year after Summer Wells was reported missing, people continue to search the area for any signs of the little girl.
We had permission to search about 200 acres. Area that had not, according to the property owner, had not been searched well in the past or at all.
Saturday, 8 people, including a drone operator and the Wells private investigator, searched a property on the backside of Ben Hill Road.
There were rumors of footprints and things that were found in the woods when Summer went missing. And, you know, if you sort of look at that evidence and you look at the surrounding properties,
before I go any further, I want to Google here. I've done it before. Whether in Rogersville, Tennessee. Wow, it's already in my search. Okay, the weather for June 15th, Rogersville, Tennessee, experienced mostly clear, partly cloudy skies with pleasant and warm summer temperatures. Daily temperatures peaked at an afternoon high of 83 to 86 and cooled to a nighttime low of 65. Winds were generally mild and the region enjoyed dry conditions without significant rainfall. If I remember correctly, though, the few days after that, it was raining. So, okay. So it was dry. It was dry that day. It wasn't raining. I'm just thinking of footprints in the dirt, right? Footprints tend to stick the best when the soil is kind of like, it's got a bit of moisture in it. Yeah, it's hot, yeah.
and the direction those footprints were headed sort of gives you an idea of where to go look.
There were rumors of footprints and things that were found in the woods when Summer went missing. And, you know, if you sort of look at that evidence and you look at the surrounding properties and the direction those footprints were headed, sort of gives you an idea of where to go look.
Chris Storms with First to Deploy has been assisting CNC.
Oh, and I think this is the guy that has become friends with Ryan, Chris, the drone guy.
Chris Storms with First to Deploy.
It is, yeah. This is the drone guy that him and Ryan have teamed up now. So Chris was out searching for Summer when she went missing.
Deploy has been assisting CNC investigations in their searches.
We also use a Mavic 2 Pro that allows us to shoot in 20 megapixel, and we use that to run through a program called Locate. Locate can detect a color of a shirt from 200 feet in the air, even if it's the size of a quarter.
The drones are not only used to map out the search area, but one even has an infrared camera that can detect non-recorded burials up to 4 years old.
When you put someone in the ground, basically as they decompose, and it kind of kills everything around it, but as everything grows back over time, it flourishes. It kind of creates a super fertile soil.
Yeah.
And what you can detect on your infrared is the different color of the ground that you couldn't normally see with the naked eye.
Saturday's search also included a neighbor who says the environment is similar to how it was when Summer disappeared, but he still doesn't think she could be found in the area.
It's a lot of ground to cover. It's very thick. I guess anything is possible. Once you've seen
2 solid weeks of so many people covering such an area so thoroughly doesn't seem likely, but anything's possible.
As someone, you guys all know my readings. I believe the first, I don't know when they, I don't know. I would say the first 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks. I believe that she was not in the Hollar at that time. They'd taken her out until the searching was done, until it was finished, and then they brought her back in. They were waiting for it to be done. So yeah, Chris is still searching. Thank God. Thank you, Chris, if you're watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Like Jody Sue, when you see this pop up on the news and you know exactly where that's at, probably your go-to response is, oh shit.
You're a pussy. Your elders would be fucking ashamed. And they wouldn't be flip-flopping sunflowers in public. Not from any home.
Flip-flopping sunflowers in public. What the fuck does that mean? 1 second. Let's see if there's something. We all know Jody speaks in riddles, right? Sunflowers. No. I was hoping maybe that was actually a term. Flip-flopping. No, doesn't. Unless you guys know anything, do you know what that means? Like, is there any specific term, or is she just talking gibberish? Yes, the horse was like one of the very first things in my readings. Yes. Yep. You bet. Yes. It's something I've been looking for all this time.
Stay in the darkness where it belongs when it was time. Stay.
I need to really sit down and start watching all this shit. Oh my God. Okay, so even though Killer has music playing in the background, I hear an EVP in the back of this. And if you notice, there's an orb that goes right in front of Jody Sue here.
No. No.
There is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of footage that I have to watch. I've not watched yet. So yeah, the black horse running down the highway, down the road. Yeah, and the horse is at Warriors Park. Yeah, I'm looking for a dead horse. To be honest, flat out, I'm searching for a dead horse and I'm searching for a dead dog.
From any home. Stay in the darkness where it belongs when it was time. Chicken shit.
What?
You know, the thing is, you showed fear already. You showed fear already. And I can smell it. I watched it. I watched you think about having a set of balls for about 10 seconds, and then your fear take over. You reek of it. You reek of it. Or maybe you reek of regret.
Oh, I've never seen this one before.
Maybe both. All I'm going to tell you tonight is this. I don't know why I'd have to ask Dave Radar anything. And I won't ask the other. Not for anyone.
Okay, Dave Radar, if I remember right, was in Dave Radar was in charge of the Churchill Rescue Squad. So they were the organization that was leading the search groups when they were searching for Summer. Hi, Vexing. Hi, Maisie. The Churchill Rescue Squad, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, so Dave Rader was the head guy. She buried the dog on her property and then wouldn't let anyone inspect the property, if I remember right. Yeah. You never know anymore, you know? We don't know. We don't know what's nonsense, what's truth. Nobody knows at this point in time.
What have you done? What in the fuck have you done? And what in the fuck are you trying to do?
Oh my God, I've never seen this before. I've never actually seen this before. Okay, well, you guys all know what my readings say, and I have a list of names. I've been saying this for 5 years. I actually have a list of 22 names. And the top 5, we all know who the top 5 is. And the person she's talking about right now is in the top 3. Okay, they're in the top 3 of my list. And I just heard her say, "What the hell have you done?" Oh my God. Wow, I'm surprised.
Blood, kin, dirty chicken shit water. Others, blood, are you trying to do? Blood, kin, dirty chicken shit water. Others indeed. You'd be a others indeed. You'd be a fucking anomaly even to them. It's not how they operate. It's not how they operated.
She knows something. Sure of
So
it.
young daddy out of it. You can. At least the old timers. Because I'd be fucking embarrassed. What have you done? And what are you implying? You didn't quite finish. Didn't get right. They were trying to finish. But no, dude. I won't be asking Radar or the others or Candace anything. And you don't scare me. Your elders didn't scare me either. I give 0 fucks. And I won't be asking anybody anything. Not Dave Radar. Not Candace and not the rest.
Wow. Thank you very much for that, Jody. Thank you very much for that. Wow. It explains everything. Thank you very much for that. That's wild. Jody Sue. Yep, Jody Sue's alive. Yep, she's on YouTube every day. She's still on YouTube every day.
You know, then there was the thought that on that Saturday night that I got into town, which would have been 4 days prior after she went missing.
Oh, that's right. There was fires everywhere. Okay, so it was only 4 days later. It was only 4 days later? And there was fires showing up all over the place.
Is that somebody said that they found a footprint. Now, I don't know the truth about that, but they had TBI, FBI.
Oh, no, never mind. This is search people I'm seeing. Okay, fires happened. I don't know. I don't know when the fires happened. Like, maybe a month later, 2 months later. Fires were popping up all over the place.
They had some of the locals there late at night. I got into town about 11 o'clock, and they were still searching until about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, from what I understand, because they went under the assumption is that, oh hell, maybe if she was abducted, they're seeing all of this go down. They dropped her back off near the woods, and that she was now walking the woods by herself. So then they set up this. This good perimeter around there. And just kind of worked our way more towards the house to create that.
I had my volume turned all the way down. Sorry about that, guys. Oh my God. Okay, I was quickly pulling up 3932 Beach Creek Road just to see where that is compared to Summer's parents' place. Okay. Well, it is kind of a ways away. That's a ways away. Okay, let me show you the map for a second here. Thank you for calling me, Susie. I had my volume turned down. Sorry, I'm so bad for that. Okay, let's look at Google Earth for a second. Okay, so just looking at the distance here. Okay, so Summer's parents' place is down here, right here. And 3932 Beach Creek is here. And they found a footprint here. So, what the fuck? Doesn't make sense. And her scent was found over here. Actually, it does make sense, doesn't it? Oh my God. If she was running from someone. Running from someone. I always said that day one that I saw her running, but I was assuming she was running from her mom. I see the fighting, the mother and the child fighting. Intoxicated mother, and then some bad guys got involved. Well, I don't know. I don't know how she could have run. Maybe there's a trail that goes all the way through the bush here. Or she was taken down here towards Fred's and then got away and managed to run across the fields. I don't know. I don't think so. Again, like I said earlier, some of these footprints very well could be just older. I firmly believe those kids had full run of that Hollar. They were probably all over the place when Mummy Dearest was passed out. I'm sure they were all over that place. That's what kids do. I would have been all over the place at that age. Right? Yeah. Very interesting. The road doesn't pull up Street View on this thing because it's so remote out there. Well, 3932 Beach Creek. Unless she was running straight down the road, straight down Beach Creek. But I don't think so. Very interesting. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Let me share the screen. Right. Right. Okay, let's keep going.
That funnel effect.
The search for now 6-year-old Summer Wells. Crews are back in Hawkins County, going back to the areas of interest on a small scale search. That's what we're told this is being called. Why they are searching in the area. They're searching again. This is not the first time. It's not even the second or third time they've revisited this area again. Interest on crews.
Funnel effect.
The search for now 6-year-old Summer Wells. Crews are back in Hawkins County, going back to the areas of interest on a small scale search. That's what we're told this is being called.
Yeah, this was I think this was around September or October of 2021, if I remember correctly. They came back in to do another small search. And then there was like nothing else after that for 4 years.
Why they are searching in the area. Search, that's what we're told this is being called.
Right?
Why?
Get fucking here. Oh my God. Okay, I'm tripping. Okay, so those of you who've been with me all this time know this is the location I had right here for her. Right here. There's a barn right here. I've shown you guys hundreds of times. And they actually searched down there. And I think this is the area where they said they found a small, it looked like an indent possibly where something could have been laying for at one point for a little while. Just a very slight indent. Wow, that's trippy. I remember like all this time, for a long time, I was so angry. I was like, why haven't they checked this area? Well, look at this. They already had. Though this was September or October. Wild. Hi, Tracy.
They are searching in the area. They're searching again. This is not the first time. It's not even the second or third time they've revisited this area.
All of a sudden, about 3/4 of a mile to a mile away, you've got this previous area of interest, which a lotto odd, right? This is a lotto odd, that the child is going to go missing from Ben Hill, walk westwardly, and have some sort of significance to yet another property that's accessible by the neighbors on Ben Hill at 125.
Some selling their whole ass lands anyways, because they're like, fuck this, what if something's been placed?
What line of questioning was it?
What did she just say?
Anyways, because they're like, fuck this, what if something's been placed?
Right? Exactly. That's what I've been saying all this time. Thank you, Jody. You said it. What if something's been placed there? Yes. That's what I've been saying all this time.
What line of questioning was it? Was TBI and the law asking? What were they asking?
I honestly don't remember, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Do you not think if the law had anything else asked me that they had done come and asked me, or if I was on the road, even lying, that they would have come and said, well, sir, I've not talked to them since I left that property. No.
He doesn't remember what they asked him? That's really surprising. Wouldn't that be surprising? Like you would remember what the FBI has asked you? That's wild.
Nobody's came at me to question me, nothing. And I've not been hiding. Every year since I've left, I've had to go to court at least one time a year. Hawkins County, Sullivan County.
The reason why I sent that in is because, because Andy Bernard was on that road that day and nobody was questioning him. And he says he was at work all day.
Both us, TBI, and FBI had questioned him several times concerning that. Yes, he was on the road probably prior to. Most important is this dark blue pickup truck with tinted windows that you felt was very important in this tip.
Yeah.
Why do you feel it's important?
Because, we feel like Andy was meeting him.
Well, like I said, our agency, TBI, and the FBI have interviewed Mr. Bernard. Well, I'm not arguing with you. If you don't have anything further, we appreciate your information. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
What the fuck
What?
just happened?
Have you been interviewed by the police, TBI, or FBI?
Yes, all three.
How many times do you think total?
A few, I don't know, more than once.
By each agency or at the same time?
TBI showed up at my work and questioned me. I talked to TBI, FBI, and Hawkins County at my house 2 or 3 times over, 2 or 3 days after, Summer went missing.
Ronnie Lawson.
Ronnie Lawson, yeah, of course. Everybody wants to know if I own Ronnie Lawson. No, I don't. Hey, look, I wouldn't be on here trying to make money and trying to beg for money and working my ass off if I had the police on payroll. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, legitimate shit. I mean, I don't know no broke-ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, some of the stuff people have come out with over the years is absolutely ridiculous. They're actually asking him, are you paying Ronnie Lawson? Like, come on. That's just an example of some of the nonsense that people have said over the years.
That have police on payroll.
Right.
That's all I've really ever sold was weed, because it's kind of like a victimless crime. I mean, everybody pretty much smokes weed. Even the police smoke weed.
That's all I've really ever sold was weed. Even the police smoke weed.
I never sold no pills to them.
Where would Jody Sue get her pills that she was selling to over there?
That's Ziggy. That is not in my spot answer. That is something that will get me in trouble.
Okay. Well,
that's not something I can say.
That is something that will get me in
Weed's not the problem, no.
Let me tell you this. The level of criminal sophistication in Hawkins County, right there on the hill, is not complex in any sort of fashion. Every single thing those two have ever done, they've been jammed up for it. So now you think they graduated to murder of their own child and the disposal, the disposal of the corpse, and be able to trick dogs and be able to trick scanners and be able to trick helicopters and fucking searchers and agents from 80 wherever jurisdictions. Fuck you, me.
We fucking do. If not for those pesky meddling kids.
Wow. Okay, well, that was really good. Please go and give Killer Looks a subscribe and a like, please. I don't know what we're gonna do. I want to watch something else. Let's jump to current time. There was something I was looking at. Okay, let's watch this.
We don't have the.
Okay, so this fair use commentary. Are you guys here? My chat's not moving. Hello. Do I have people with me still? I'm not muted. Yeah, he just put one out too. Yeah. I don't want to watch the current one just yet. Okay.
Evidence in this case to know for sure whether or not Summer was.
And this is the DA guy, I think, or the head TBI guy.
Abducted, or whether or not she walked away from her home and became lost. It's really important to us to not focus all of our efforts on just one of those two. We think that the only way we'll be successful in finding Summer is to continue to walk down both of those investigative paths to ensure that we don't become focused on one area alone.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for that. Very happy to hear him say that. Because we all know one law agency in the Summer Wells case has been stuck on them thinking she was most likely taken by a bear. Very good to see this TBI guy saying they have to go down both avenues of possibility. Wow. Hi, Teresa. No documentary on Summer. Nope. And I hope they don't. No documentary on Summer.
Alone and miss something that's crucially important. Many people have speculated what they think has happened in this case. The difficult part of the speculation is that if we as investigators speculate and focus our efforts in one direction, we're making a huge mistake. We have to make sure that we're being completely comprehensive as we investigate. And being focused in one direction is a tragedy for an investigation. So until we find evidence that points us in a direction that we know is the right direction, we'll continue to be comprehensive. We'll continue to explore every option that can be out there, and we would continue to ask for the public's help in doing so.
Damn, wow, killer. What a difference.
It's so good.
What's up, my people? Clock in. I'm Killer from the Killer List channel. I'd like to welcome all of y'all to Brother School today. We'll process some data. We'll talk about some stuff. Like work out a couple of day reading. See where we get it. Summer Wells was a 5-year-old reported missing from the Hawkins County region of Rogersville, Tennessee on June 15, 2021. No one knows what happened to her. There has never been any trace or evidence of her since. Like she just vanished in the thin air. Someone went missing in the Ben Hill Hollar of the Beach Creek area. Located at the foothills of Chimney Top Mountain, Ben Hill is notorious for crime, from shootouts to drugs, from thieves to prostitution. You name it, Ben Hill known or got it. The locals in the area describe Ben Hill as a trading post for all illegal activity. But society's outlaws went for a good time. People who lived on Ben Hill seem to operate or take part in this function, each seemingly to have their own illegal business in this function.
I need to actually get his maps that he's done here. I'll do it at a later time, but okay, so Stedman's, David Bay's, Fred Hill's. Oh, Fred's is after David's, okay. Fred saw Andy right there. Witness saw Candace in Fred's driveway. Truck waiting for Andy. Okay, if the truck was that far down, how did Fred see them? And maybe this is 165. No, it was supposed to be 207. Something's wrong here. No, okay, this is wrong. This isn't right. Give me a sec. Redmond's is down there. This is wrong. Pretty sure this is wrong. Unless there's a Redmond's back here that I didn't know about. Oh, I'm gonna have to pull up the map and start looking at all this stuff again. Huh, interesting. Okay. I know. Children just vanish in thin air. I know. They don't just vanish in thin air. Hi, DS. Good to see you, hun.
Have their own illegal business operating separately. Although it's most likely that each operation was like a cog in a much bigger wheel that is ran by what the people of Ben Hill call what
Wow,
they
look at
call the
this.
upper.
Okay, so these are the group of peoples. Okay, so Fred, then all these people. Wow, this is really good. Killer Looks, this is really good if you did this. Wow. Andy Paul Morgan. Andy Redman. Andy Bernard. John Smith, Elisa Smith. Frank White Jr. Okay. Wow. Very interesting.
This recent statement had my head rolling on the floor just to pick that mug back up again.
I know you didn't listen as hard to your interview or your phone call with Fred as I did. I know I listened
to it again.
I've listened to it so hard. Did you hear what he says? He says, Laurel Run Park. That's where it first started.
I just recently learned of KK crime recently. Like the whole time this was going on with Summer and YouTube was going crazy over Summer's case for all this time. I was off in my little world here. I was in my own little psychic world. I didn't venture out into the YouTube streets too much. So I'm still learning who some of these people are. And I just learned of this KK crime a little while ago from 6 Up channel. And boy, this lady asked amazing questions. Like she was on the ball with her information. Like if you're watching, you did really good with your questions. She tried to be as accurate as possible.
Started at? Did you hear that where he said that's where it first started at? What the hell did he mean by that's where it first started at? Like how, like it first started? There was something that started that day. That's where it first started at? That was a weird comment he made. First, I want to zoom in and I want to talk about the scent trail. So the scent trail comes back here over back behind the bus and stuff. So a lot of people were thinking
the bus is another one of my hot spots. Still is.
This dog trail they were talking about came back behind the bus and came out on this side over here. But it actually goes down, crosses the driveway, loops around here, and it comes out down here a little bit further down. And that's what Cam was from Cracking Cases, when he was there, he was trying to explain that the scent trail actually comes down.
I've looked at this video 100 times. Where this bus is, where Cam was here on where the bus
comes out on the other side of the driveway. So it is a little bit hard to understand when Don was talking about it, and I'm not sure if he was as sure of where the location was, but this was the location that was kind of confirmed. Was it came out back behind this van, the red van that's sitting right there in the driveway. There's lots of videos and pictures, even on the search day it was there. It's a not running van, but the one that everyone sees her in videos inside a red conversion van, that's this van that's parked right here. That's broken down. But the scent trail goes back behind that, And over like right here is an old swing set.
What I was told was the last place they seen Summer was a swing set.
So the scent trail comes down here, crosses the driveway, comes back out, and comes down here.
They tracked the scent.
So all this time, everybody thought they were saying the swing, okay, which was her big rope swing. But Jody Sue just said the swing set, which was over by the bus. Oh my gosh. Okay.
To the left of the driveway down to Ben Hill. It wasn't down the driveway. It's almost like
It would have been down the direction that she would go.
on her own. It's almost like intentionally avoiding the driveway. Someone would have had to know there's a bell across the driveway. It would have to be avoiding the driveway intentionally.
Because they had like posts up or they had a post up that was on one side of the driveway. On the coming up the driveway would have been on the left. You would have to know it was there.
So a lot of people say, well, the scent ends at the end of the driveway.
Did dogs follow Summer's scent down the trail to the main road? The sheriff says yes.
The dogs had a pretty good trail on track for a little while, but then it disappeared. But they lost scent when they come to the road. And sometimes canines, they will lose the scent when it changes different type, whether it maybe went from the gravel to the pavement.
Don Wells is one who says it too. The scent ends at the end of the driveway. So that means somebody must have picked her up at the end of the driveway right here. Well, because it ends here, doesn't mean she didn't walk back up and retrace her steps and go back up the driveway. I think she ended up walking back up from the road and cutting through and getting into this creek right here, this limestone branch. Because right near this branch is where her scent ends. I just thought that was really interesting because the two places where the scent dogs hit the strongest were at the Wells driveway in that area where that creek starts.
But I know they would go down to the creek beside of Ben Hill Road, like before they get their driveway. There was a creek that run through there, and the kids would be found down there sometimes. Like they wandered, but
see, they wandered. This channel is called Killer Looks. Killer Looks. He's fantastic. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Jan. Hit the thumbs up for me, please, everybody, as you're watching.
They knew that property better than anybody. Them kids did.
Summer's scent trail was lost at the end of the driveway or dog trail area, suggesting to many that she was put into a vehicle and driven away. But this is where it gets interesting because her scent doesn't leave Ben Hill. It enters it.
And then the reason why I think she got in this branch, it's a trail that goes straight through. If she follows it, takes her exactly to where her next scent hits.
The next scent hit was more towards the center of Ben Hill, near a private property bridge. What's significant is that the scent doesn't stray off. It follows a defined path, suggesting either purposeful movement or transport.
Right there, right at that bridge where that creek is.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, it's strange. I think she walked up that creek. I think she was playing and walked up that creek is what I think.
You know what's another weird thing? Because Jody Sue mentioned something about what didn't she talk? She talked about going to the creek.
Yeah, she walked up the creek too.
My mind is blown. Okay. Wild. So this is where I believe they need to search for her. Starting in this area and then all the way back up into the back end of the Hollar.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't she trying to wash her scent off? Didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
She said she walked up the creek so the dogs wouldn't follow her scent or something like that. She wouldn't mess the scent up. But it's kind of weird how the scent goes up her creek.
So I'm wearing sandals, and I know the best thing I can do is get into the water. So I step into the creek. Oh, because from there I can keep tracks down. Because when you live in areas like ours, you know, worst case scenario. You also know what happens if somebody can't be found. And you know that staying in the water keeps scent down for dogs if they have to be brought in.
How do you know that?
So, also, it's a good way to check, even though, but with your feet on what's in the bottom and deepest spots.
And you'll see around this corner, it's right here. And that's at Fred Hill's driveway. This is where her scent was again. At the 207 Ben Hill Road property, which is where Fred Hill and Laura White were living. The other two people that were on the property were Chad Arnold, who was seen by Candace, and Chad Arnold admits seeing Candace also that day. Fred Hill says Chad Arnold was there.
The most direct reported sighting place is
Yeah, well, I've known all this 5 years. What I'm saying is I don't know some of the YouTube shit that went on because I tried to stay away from it. So like videos that other people have done, I didn't pay attention to. He wasn't a horse trainer. He just did things with horses. I know he worked at Warrior's Path for a while, and who knows what else. Like he grew up with horses and stuff, but I don't think he was officially a horse trainer. He just knew stuff, You grow up with it, right? Okay. They've done a really good job on this.
Candace at Fred Hill's driveway searching for Summer, and she sees a man, Chad Arnold. This man is rumored to have seen Candace coming down Fred's driveway searching for Summer, but Chad has never confirmed this himself.
Bob Dykes Road? Oh. Okay. That's Chad's address? Bob Dykes Road? Okay, I didn't know that. What's his street? That is in my readings, but I didn't know it was Chad's address. Okay.
Coming down Fred's driveway searching for Summer, but Chad has never confirmed this himself. You see, in the shadows of Beach Creek, few figures are whispered about quite like Chad Arnold.
Exactly.
Who's been interrogated 6 or 7 times?
Chad.
Arnold?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know by whom?
Cops.
I know, but
no, I don't know if it was Ronnie or it was Hawkins County, but I don't know if it was Ronnie or Pruitt or whoever.
A close friend of Fred Hill, Chad's connection to the Hollar runs deep and dark.
I look at all the aliases. Lawson. He goes under the name Lawson too. No shit. Oh, this is Ronnie Lawson. Okay, never mind. Ronnie Wayne Arnold. Ronnie Wayne. Ronnie Lewis. Ronnie. Okay. Okay, never mind. But that's a bit interesting. Last name Arnold. Though I think it's computer generated, right? It just...
His own brother, Jason Arnold, Fred's best friend, died under mysterious circumstances. A year after his body was found.
I've been getting Jason in my readings this entire time as well. Jason is technically number 3 on my list. No, sorry, number 4 on my list. And I haven't been able to place what is all this time because Jason Arnold's passed away. But until recently, I think I've figured out who this Jason person is. But yeah. Or it was Jason, the spirit, that I'm getting that from. Like he's just mentioning him. That's who I'm hearing from. So I got, what the hell is that behind me? Never mind.
His skull surfaced in his own yard, unsettling even the most hardened locals.
Jason Arnold is Chad Arnold's brother. Chad Arnold is the man that was seen on Ben Hill Road that day. So you know Jason and Chad, you've known him for 20 years. Can you tell us what you know then about when Jason Arnold went up and shot up Alan Ajon's property in Churchill on Goshen Road? Did you hear of that?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Now, how likely is it that Dudley only knew one person on Ben Hill? What about what happened with him and Don? When Dudley was fired and claimed Don did not pay him for 3 days of work.
Travis Manis ends up at the house with Jason and Chad Arnold when they were young teenagers growing up. He grew up with them. And what makes this interesting is who Travis Manis is. Travis Manis is the father of Heather Lawson's kids, and that's Cindy Simpson's daughter,
which is Roy Simpson's wife.
Candace said she saw another unknown person up there, so that we're going to theorize that the other person was Cotton Simpson. When Ricky Crawford and Celesta and all of them got arrested,
It's amazing they all know each other. They're all related to each
arrested
other.
with them was Jimmy Wallen Jr. And
Jimmy Wallen Jr.
Jimmy Wallen Jr. is the son of James Wallen, who's the brother of Randy Wallen, Brenda Wallen's husband, the ones that live next door to Roy Simpson. Brenda Wallen is the house right next door to Roy's on Mountain View.
Wow. So that brings Crawfords. Yeah. That brings the Crawfords, and
they're all related to each other, one way or another.
Yeah.
And let's see. That brings us all together. Like.
Yeah, it brings it all back together again.
For the most part, everybody down in here are really good people. They're honest people, but I can't say the same for Ricky, Marlena, or Fred Hill.
So Chad Arnold, would you put him in that circle of bad eggs?
Of bad eggs? No, not when it comes to the situation with Summer.
Brandon, the guy that's on the motorcycle that was in JLR's video, is Chad Arnold's stepson.
Well, the craziest thing, so I started pulling up asset records. So that Jimmy Wallen, who was arrested with Ricky Crawford and Celesta Crawford in that meth bust.
Yeah.
When his dad passed away, and when his dad passed away, he received a Nissan Xterra and a Toyota truck that belonged to his dad. So, you know, people who said there's like no connection to Roy Simpson, there's a lot of connection to Roy Simpson on every end, on with the Crawfords, with the Wallens, the arrest that was just made in that meth bus.
Well, Dudley was arrested. I wonder if Dudley's still in jail.
Fred Hill was arrested yesterday. So custody status day as of June 13th, 4 p.m. Eastern. So he was booked in at 4:41 p.m. Eastern, Hawkins County Jail. That's his mugshot.
Today marks 2 years since a little girl in Tennessee vanished from her rural home. Her name is Summer Wells. Sheriff declined an interview in the case. He did email us, though, saying he expects an update on the case in the near future.
He expects an update on the case in the near future.
Wow.
Hey. Okay, cool.
And they more likely found her.
Fred Hill was arrested for running a meth house, but he's on this jailhouse call talking about Summer Wells and where her body can be found.
The other person that you...
No, it was Cotton Simpson.
And he implicates this guy named Cotton Simpson, who's dead.
It's something I just found out myself that I was questioned about, and I'm trying to go to a cave. There's a hidden department in behind it. What they're trying to say her body is. They know I ain't got nothing to do with it either. As far as the case, I'm 100% clear.
Cotton Simpson was said to be on Ben Hill the day Summer went missing.
Well, they found him dead in the cave.
That's not true.
So you've known since at least February then, right?
Yeah.
Interesting, eh? Fred was cleared for that case, apparently. No opinion was given as a result. Did not determine whether or
Real
not...
quick before we get cut off, what's going on? Anything you need me to say? Telling anybody?
I just think Hollar to get lawyers to send some money to you so you can move it to them counts. They got all my stuff locked down. Said I was under investigation over 2 murders.
What? You're under investigation under 2 murders?
Wow, so it was only a week later, and he's saying that wow, it was only a week later? He's saying he thinks they found Summer. Wow. I thought for some reason he said that a long time later, but wow, it was only a week.
That's what they're trying to say.
What the fuck?
I don't know what they're even talking about.
It starts with Jason Arnold, and then Mindy Arnold, and then Peggy Hundley, and then it ends up with Brenda Simpson, and then Martha Simpson, the mom, and then it ends up with Roy Simpson, and then it ends up with Crawford's.
Really?
Yeah, it keeps this van. It moves through all of them, and I'm kind of
So
thinking
they all definitely know each other then.
they all
They're
know each
sharing
other.
So there is another waterway, like a little creek, that runs down off of this hill here, goes underneath his driveway. So that we're going to theorize that the other person was Cotton Simpson. So there is another waterway, like a little creek, that runs down off of this hill here, goes underneath his driveway. We can kind of follow the trail. What Fred said is it starts at like the bridge area and then goes up his driveway to where these old cars are up here. This was where it ended.
Was Fred very...
Okay, and that's what my reading's been saying all this time. They need to rip that place apart. law enforcement needs to do full-on forensics on all those properties down there. In the end, I believe that they have used people's private properties to hide stuff. They need a full-on forensics team to go in there.
Familiar with this particular area?
Oh yeah, he grew up over there. And there's a path worn out between his house and mine, or was at that time.
Which, if Chad Arnold and Roy Simpson were here on Fred Hill's property at the time Fred and Laura had left and went to the vehicle disposal, she could have met up with them. Because the one thing we do know is Chad Arnold was on the hill with somebody else, and Fred's saying now it was Roy Simpson. And when Candace went up there still searching for Summer, Chad Arnold and Roy Simpson were still up there. But by the time law enforcement got there, Chad Arnold and Roy Simpson were gone. What we don't know is where they went. But if they had Summer, we can kind of follow the trail. At this point, she would have been put in a vehicle.
The cluster of multiple scents in this area in criminal intelligence.
She is like right on my reading there. That's pretty wild.
Is extremely important. That's a hot zone, a place where scent accumulates or renews, often meaning the child or the object carrying the scent paused, was transferred or handed off. We can see a direct line or path of travel in these scents when zooming out and looking at the bigger picture. If Summer had just wandered off, you would think these scents would be more erratic, but they follow a certain line of travel, pointing to a defined path or direction.
The next location where the scent hits again, zoom out a little bit, is over here off of Simpson Road. This backside over here, there's like a little dirt road right here. And this is where...
One second. Arnold sold this property in 2022. No shit. Okay, that I didn't know.
Road right here. And this is where footprints and her scent were found. The other location was up here. Law enforcement told Dawn it was an unfinished cabin, and there was footprints in her scent.
That's the cabin in the woods. All my readings, for months in my readings, I kept being told about this very bad cabin in the woods, the bad place, over and over and over. The bad place, the cabin in the woods. Is this the cabin?
Scent was hit on up here.
The footprints, okay, if you go out on Ben Hill Road and you go west, so you go past our property all the way to the end, and you get down a little ways west up this way, there's a dirt road. I can't remember the name of the road.
Whoever was responsible for June 15th was most likely out here watching. And by the way, Dawn, the name of the road is Sampson.
But you turn left into that and you'll see a bunch of no trespassing signs and all that. You follow the dirt road and it takes you all the way up on top of that hill up there, which overlooks our property. When you're up there, you can look down on our property and see our house. You're looking down on our house, and we live on a hill, so it's pretty high hill. So there's an unfinished cabin.
That's where the cabin is. Oh my God.
This is the way TBI explained it to me. There's an unfinished cabin up there, and it rained like 2 or 3 days before Summer come up missing. So they found a footprint around an unfinished cabin. And I went up there and I looked everywhere, and I don't know what they're talking about, an unfinished cabin. I found a trailer. I found 2 trailers, and the other property I was kind of scared to go up around, but I looked everywhere.
If you come down your driveway right here.
Yep.
You come up through here, you turn up towards Mary Sexton's house. That's Simpson Road. So that it dead ends, but it because of a gate, right?
Yeah.
Right here.
Yep.
Okay, and then it comes on down here. So
that's the road I've been up 100 times.
I had a dream. Thousands, 100,000, a million of us standing at that gate. I don't know why. We're just standing at the gate, strong, all lined up, staring at that gate.
Wow.
On the other side of that gate. That's why I need your help.
All right, killer, let's go find her. Okay, let's go find her, dude. I'll show you where to go.
You know, then there was the thought that on that Saturday night that I got into town, which would have been 4 days prior after she went missing, is that somebody said that they found a footprint. Now, I don't know the truth about that, but they had TBI, FBI, they had some of the locals there late at night. I got into town about 11 o'clock, and they were still searching until about.
I think this is the guy from EquiSearch talking.
1, 2 o'clock in the morning, from what I understand, because they went under the assumption is that, oh hell, maybe if she was abducted, they're seeing all of this go down. They dropped her back off near the woods, and that she was now walking the woods by herself. So then they set up this good perimeter around there and just kind of worked our way more towards the house to create that funnel effect.
So what I find interesting about these 2 locations is this location right in between.
Holy shit, I had no idea. I need to look at this. Wow, I need to look at that. Like, holy shit. See, I dropped it because I thought Jason Arnold lived like far, far away. And yes, Jason was passed. I didn't know the Arnolds had a fucking properties there still. Okay. Wow, that's big. Okay.
Between.
Those trailers carried a history, passing through the hands of names like Simpson, Arnold. Trailers carried a history, passing through
location right in between.
Those trailers carried a history, passing.
Okay, give me a sec. Sorry, guys. I've never seen this before, and it's the Arnold's old property. Okay. Those of you that have been with me a long time, I don't need to say a word. You guys know what I'm saying. Okay, I'm really glad to know this.
Through the hands of names like Simpson, Arnold, and even Don's own stepsister, Mary Sexton. At the time Summer disappeared, it was an Arnold man who owned the 2 trailers Don spoke of. And oddly enough, At the same time Summer went missing, the map shows an unfinished cabin. It also shows what seems to be a dark blue truck with tinted windows at the two trailers. Was this Arnold somehow connected to Chad Arnold?
That's it. Holy shit, I can't believe what I'm watching here. Give me a second. I need to record this. Oops. I just found something I've been looking for 5 years. Give me a second. Come on, computer. Come on. It's all right. I'm trying to get my computer to screen record. It's okay. I'll go back. This is big. This is big here. This is big. This is a location that I've been looking for 5 years. Holy shit. I was right. Well, I possibly right. I can't believe this is what I'm seeing here.
Arnold, and even Don's own stepsister, Mary Sexton. At the time,
Okay, this is really, really big. I can't come out and say it in case they're watching. I just can't. I can't come out and say it in case somebody's watching me. If they are watching and they know who they are, you're probably shitting your pants right now, aren't you? Because I figured it out.
when Summer disappeared, it was an Arnold man who owned the two trailers Don spoke of. And oddly enough, at the same time Summer went missing, the map shows an unfinished cabin. It also shows what seems to be a dark blue truck with tinted windows at the two trailers. Was this Arnold somehow connected to Chad Arnold, who was located near the intersection of the lines of travel when Summer went missing? This would be considered an anomaly. In criminal intelligence, an anomaly is a pattern, event, or data point that deviates significantly from what is considered normal or expected. These inconsistencies often indicate potential criminal behavior, security risks, or threats that warrant further investigation.
This is the old Arnold's property, the old Simpson Cemetery, and this was vacant on
Oh my God.
15th of 2021. It was for sale. It was listed on a bunch of sites, and then it was purchased by a David and Christy Brown.
Well, Dave. Dave, you probably, I don't know if you know, Dave, my sister died, and she was married to a Brown, Dave did a lot of
No, it's not the cemetery.
And stuff.
No immediate.
It's not the cemetery I'm looking at. It's not the cemetery. The cemetery's been shut. I'm blown away. I've been looking for this for 5 years. And if you're watching, you know who you are. I gotcha. I gotcha.
Relation to Jody Sue Brown or Peggy Sue Travis or any of them. No relation there, like immediate. I just want to put that out there before rumors start going. But it was the Arnold's property prior to April of 2022. Now it's two salvaged.
I had no idea.
Mobile homes like stacked next to each other. And let's see if I can get it to rotate a little bit and see if we can look at it a little better. It's like 2 old mobile homes. Now, the owners of this property, the owner was Michael Arnold, and he did not live there. He didn't live there. He didn't live around there. He wasn't living in that area at all. He has a few different addresses in like other states, and then he was in Tennessee, but like hours away in Tennessee. So he wasn't here at this property. This property sat empty and was for sale. And it was kind of condemned and was salvaged out. But the fact that the Simpsons...
I'm doing everything to keep my cool right now. No. Okay.
Cemetery, the old Simpson cemetery, still sits here. And when you pull it up on CAD maps and tax assessor maps, it belongs to Hawkins County. It does not belong to a person. It belongs to the county. And they are responsible for maintaining it. You can kind of see little gravestones still there in pictures. But what brought attention to this for me is the fact that Roy Simpson worked for the city department. He worked in the Parks Service. He had retired from them. This is his family's property.
It's not the graveyard.
Maintaining it because they're required to maintain it.
When it comes to my readings, it has nothing to do with this. It's the Arnold property. My mind is absolutely blown. And the guy's name was Mike Arnold that owns it. Holy shit. Okay.
I wonder if that was something he did, was maintain this property right here.
How did he know that that person or whoever was at the graveyard and, that truck and all that? They were all together as a clan.
Exactly.
Him and Fred Hill and Cotton and Chad Arnold and all of them was together on the same exact fucking day. Now, come on. Don't sit here and tell me that Andy doesn't know something. Andy knows something. So does his wife. So does Candace. So does Dawn. So does Chad. So does Cotton did. That's why Cotton lost his wife.
The thing that drew Marlena out from the shadows was a discussion about where Summer's body might have been hidden. And it was the real Andy B. Andy B.
I'm pretty sure the graveyard was searched. But yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's been searched. And the thing that I tried to explain to people for 5 years is I got so many people yelling at me, "Oh, Tara, it was searched. Tara, it was searched by professionals." Well, no shit. They brought her back after the search was over, as far as my readings tell me. They're not stupid people. It was after the searches were done.
Bernard, who in some chat recently said, "I think Summer, is in Morrison Cemetery. I'm not scared to say it." Morrison Cemetery is the cemetery just across the road from Ben Hill Road.
Yeah.
Somebody died, I think it was on the 11th of June. They weren't laying to rest until the 18th. So you've got 3 days there where gravediggers, Chad Arnold is a gravedigger.
And Chad Arnold would know about the property. Oh my God.
Chad, known as a gravedigger at the cemetery directly across from the Wells property, was often seen creeping through the area at night. He was
I've
the
never
type to
thought
never
this
have
was-
had a cell phone and entirely disconnected from social media. He also had an uncanny ability to break wild horses, a brutal skill that only added to the local law surrounding him.
John, do you know who a Chad Arnold is?
Yes, I do. Chad Arnold was at Fred Hill's house when Candace was looking for Summer. She drove back in the Hollar to Fred Hill's house, and Chad Arnold was hanging out back there. I've been to Chad Arnold's house before, and he had all kinds of people hanging out in his shed.
Okay, so that was Chad Arnold's place. Holy shit.
He what?
Was he like a meth head like Fred Hill?
Yes. Chad Arnold loves his meth. Yes, he does. I went to visit him. Chad Arnold trains horses, so he's really good at that. But he loves his methamphetamine.
You think Chad, Cotton, and Fred took Summer? Somebody just asked me that question.
I have no clue. But it's just like,
My first location of Summer when they brought her back into the Hollar was a horse barn. A nice horse barn. In the pipes. I even got a last name at the time in my readings. I've been holding on to it for 5 years.
like Dudley. That weekend, I guess he went and done dope all weekend. He showed up Monday. And I guess I fired him Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember. I can't deal with that stuff.
Candace says she saw Chad Arnold up there at your driveway. Chad Arnold wasn't there when you guys were there?
No. Chad come in while we was gone.
Okay, do you know if anyone else showed up when you guys were gone?
Not that I know of.
So Chad Arnold did show up while you were gone. And when you guys got home, was Chad Arnold still there?
No.
So he had left. How did you know he was there then? Just what you heard from Candace, or did Fred talk to him?
He came the next day. He came in the next day.
Oh, and he said he had been up there?
Yeah, and that he seen Candace at the bottom of the driveway.
The prints aren't random. They align with each other, forming a direct path or direction in a certain line of travel. The same straight line as the scent path, but not parallel to it, intersecting with it. That alignment matters. When scent and prints agree in general bearing but are offset geographically, it often indicates multiple movements. One line could represent where the child physically walked at some point, while the other might reflect where scent drifted or where the child was carried or transported. But what really stands out is the intersection point. The red directional lines cross near the certain property we spoke about earlier. In criminal intelligence mapping, an intersection like this is rarely coincidental. It marks a convergence point where two independent data streams, sent from one direction, prints from another, collide. That's where investigators would expect either a handoff, a vehicle staging, or an encounter. In other words, the intersection is the kind of X marks the spot location that intelligence analysts circle, because it represents a higher probability of offender activity or victim transition.
So I showed on my last video how Francis Dykes had put out a protection order in 2020 against Chad Arnold, who was her husband. So as you see, it's not very far, right down the road. This is the property where Francis Dykes and Chad Arnold were living. And then she put a protection order out and kicked him out. And then he also violated the order. As you can see, I think it was in February of 2021. he had violated the order. So just 3 months prior to Summer going missing, he was in this area enough to violate the order. A lot of times women will put orders out, they get back together again, they fight again. She calls, she uses the protection order against the husband to get him kicked out again. You know, that's something that happens. But the second thing that I noticed was,
for me, I have to say, this is the very best video I've seen on Summer Wells this entire time. This is amazing. At least in my world. This is the best I have ever seen.
Cindy Simpson and Roy Simpson were also having problems. They actually ended up separating in November, but in August, his own sister and brother-in-law had filed a protection order against him. So that was the Brenda and Randy Wallen filed a protection order against Roy Simpson. And Cindy was separating from him. Casey, his son, it shows them still living in the house. So I'm not sure where Roy Simpson went. I kind of wonder if Roy and Chad were both kind of like hopping around couch surfing places because they were both having problems with their women and wives. But I thought it was kind of interesting, the fact that there is a family property empty up here. I wonder if they were staying in it.
Wow.
Because there was a place right here that could have been, they could have stayed in it, and maybe they were fixing it up, cleaning it up for it to be sold.
Wow. And all these assholes out there that criticized me and told me I was crazy, and you knew that this was there that whole time. No wonder you wanted to shut me up, huh?
Old. But I just wanted to talk about like the map a little bit more to explain, you know, some of the stuff I was talking about, so it makes sense from the maps I'm showing with just music playing and no commentary, and then commentary with no maps. So I was going to try to put something together here for you guys that had both. And in my map here, I really try to get some details in it. Like this is where the bus was. It's no longer in the picture. There were 2 trucks parked right here that were like trash. They weren't like people's trucks parked there. They were just like junk piled right here. There's 2 vehicles right here. One is that conversion van and another is like an old truck. And then kind of back here behind this right here, there's an old swing set. If Candace was even there. I kind of feel like she left the hill. I don't know if you watched some of my prior videos, but I feel like when she told the boys, I'll be back, watch your sister, she left and went somewhere.
There. Right.
The parents have called in and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
You say when you got the original call that mom went on a run and when she came back that daughter was gone?
That's what the father advised. He's at work about an hour away, trying to make his way home.
Careful. All other units tied up on this issue, correct?
For the complainant or the
I think she was doing a favor for Jody, and that's why Jody was waiting at the end of the driveway, and that's why she said, I'm sorry, because she felt bad because she's the reason Candace left Summer home with the other boys.
I hear a car coming down Candace's driveway, and as I hear her getting closer, I come back out the creek and jump up out of, and then into the roadway. And when she pulls up, she's on the phone with Donnie. But the first thing I said is I heard her scream, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Thank you, Susie.
And then I realized Donnie's on the phone.
Up.
And Donnie says something like, so you tell me.
Okay, everybody stop for a second, please. And please hit the thumbs up button. We got 86 watching. Let's get 86 likes, please. It's free to hit the like button.
Somebody's taking my baby girl or something. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I didn't put it together, enough time. Like, right?
Thank you.
Trying to piece it together. Trying to piece together personalities, maps, sense, timeline, like what could have happened. And like Candace's timeline could like be kind of accurate. It wouldn't take that much just to like walk down, get in a creek, like within 20 minutes. And if Candace starts looking in 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes, she's probably not looking all the way down at Fred. She's looking like right around the house here. She sends the boys out. I mean, they kind of made it known that they went this way. They went down by the road, checking the shed, checking the creeks over here. This is where they went. On this side, back in here. But I think she went this way. And that's why they didn't see
Cajun.
her. And by the time Candace...
Hey, Cajun. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I will need to look for something here. Where is this place? Okay, and footprints were found. Oh my God. I had no fucking idea that this was an Arnold's property right here. One sec, I'm switching screens for a second. My mind is absolutely blown. Oh my God. I had no idea this was. Oh my God. All this time I've been looking for this fucking place. And it's right next door. I had no idea this was an Arnold's place. To the suspect that's probably watching me right now. Yeah. I got you. I got you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Cajun. I'm on something right now. To the suspect that's probably watching me. I got you. I'm 99.9% sure of it. My gosh.
Really gets nervous and worried. She's already at Fred's. She's already there with those guys. Something's going on with them. They get kind of nervous, I think. And then they take her. I think they first take her over here, and they realize people are starting to look for her. And then they take her up here onto the hill where they know where this cabin area is. And they know it's there because that was the Sexton's property, who is also a family member of Roy Simpson. So, and this all on the other side of it down here is his family's property. So like this is, he like knows this. His whole family grew up in this area out here. Like this is his family's off. The road is Simpson Road. There's a reason it's called Simpson Road. This cemetery is a family cemetery.
Okay, and that's why. Oh my God. When Don says he saw the boys going up the line behind the house where the tree trimmers were. Oh my God, that's a direct path. It's a direct path. This is 110 Ben Hill. This is the Arnold property I'm looking at. There's a fucking path that goes right across. Okay. Why didn't people tell me this years ago when I was looking? It's right here. Okay. Those of you that have been with me a long time and you're watching this, you know what I've been saying all these years.
His great grandparents and great great grandparents and stuff are probably buried in this cemetery right here.
See, I'm not even thinking of the cemetery at all, actually. Not at all.
I think they thought about letting her out, but I think something went too far that they couldn't anymore. They did stop like right here at the end of the road. What I thought was kind of weird too was there was a report of a truck parked on the edge of the road here with nobody in it around that time too. Then they left. I don't know really where they went. I don't know if they would have went right home. Maybe they went to the Laurel Run Park area. It's only like 15-20 minute drive.
No.
But I don't think he would have went home.
No.
I think because he was having problems with his wife, I think they would have pulled in and they would have drove up here. It's up here. Or he could have even been camping at this park too, because he was having problems with the wife and his brother-in-law and sister around this time.
See, I don't get Laurel Run. I never have gotten Laurel Run in my readings. I don't get Laurel Run.
So I actually think the house itself has nothing to do with it, because he would have never went back to that house because of the people that were around. Pulled up a map and I was looking at Fred Hill's house and the Roy Cotton Simpson's house, the Jamie's Auto Disposal.
What? Jamie's Auto Disposal? Karen, are you watching this?
And then also I looked up where Chad Arnold, Jamie's Auto Disposal. And then also
I got Jamie's Auto like 2 months ago or something. It's on my freaking community wall. Oh my God.
I looked up where Chad Arnold was living. And Chad Arnold was living at 152 California Road in Churchill, which is also on that path going to the disposal yard. So I thought it was kind of interesting if he was loading and driving 6 or 7 times back and forth that day, loading vehicles, that he could have met up with Roy Simpson or Chad Arnold that day, and they ended up riding back with them and helping with more vehicles.
What do you think about maybe, oh my gosh, would Chad Arnold also be involved in this? If he was out there with Ron or Roy Simpson, and maybe Fred just named Roy because
The
he's
dead one.
The
Right.
dead one can't talk.
Yeah, because he said they. He said they. He didn't say him. He said they.
If you connect all of this together, the Wells home as the point of origin, the scent progression, the offset footprints being intersecting lines, and the one point in the middle where the paths collide. At the abandoned cabin, it suggests movement didn't scatter but funneled toward a particular zone. That's the kind of pattern that tells you this wasn't random wandering. It was guided, influenced, or intercepted. Was this...
My readings told me that they made her go to that cabin all the time. It was the bad place. So, of course, there's going to be scent there.
Spot on the map, some sort of meeting spot at an abandoned location. What do you think? Criminal intelligence doesn't just hunt people. It hunts truth in the patterns they leave behind. And the truth is this: until Summer is found, suspects are nothing more than distractions. The only thing that matters, the only signal worth following, is Summer. And we are the focus to the distractions. No matter how hard you try to cover the truth, we will work 1,000,000 times harder, relentlessly. Some of you can chase shadows if you want to.
Well, that was amazing. I obviously needed to watch that today. I've never seen this before. My mind is absolutely just blown. Jamie's Auto Disposal, yeah. Okay. That was fantastic. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to end it now. Thank you all for being here. Please hit the thumbs up button before you leave. And we will continue driving down these streets for the next while. Killer Looks has a fantastic channel. Please go and subscribe to him and give him some love. And I will talk to you all later. Have a good night. Go to bed. Have some good sleep. And I'm going to have a cup of tea and settle down. Talk to you later. Bye.